Well, hello everyone. Welcome back again to another week of solo raids. Let's get this knocked out as fast as possible so I can get it done before I have to go to work. Uh, just so you know, the purpose of this guide is for speedrunners who are trying to get their top 200 badge or to try to get top in the world. What we do is we go through each portal one at a time. You watch what I do, you learn everything you need to learn, which deck to use, how to attack the Titan, and then you pause the video, do it yourself, and then watch me do the next one. So to start out, we're going to go to our settings. We're going to go to our raid retry and turn it off so that we can save time on each portal. And then we're going to open up our solo raids, and we're going to get started with Portal 1. All right, first Titan is Tactar. We're going to attack it with a Moonbeam deck. We also have the option of Acid Splash and Blazing Inferno, but burst decks tend to be a little bit faster on these early Titans. And it really doesn't matter where you attack as long as you're not attacking the skeleton. Just take it down. There we go. And that's Portal 1 cleared. We can move on to Portal 2. We have a LoJack. Our decks are Grim Shadow, Radioactivity, and Acid Splash. So I think of these ones, probably our best bet is Radioactivity. And the parts on LoJack that have the most HP is the head and the limbs, or sorry, the legs. So we're going to go ahead and get those started. Oh well, that went faster than I thought it would. The tap damage is just too powerful. Alright, moving on to portal number 3. We've got another LoJack. Our decks are Swarm, Psychic Chain, and Clanship Barrage. Well, I'm going to use Swarm because Clanship Barrage takes too long to ramp up, and Psychic Chain won't do as fast and effective as damage to the the torso and the head as we want it to. There we go. Quick and easy. We can move on to portal number 4 now. We've got a Juck. Our decks are Thriving Plague, Acid Splash, Acid Drench, and Blazing Inferno. I think I'm going to go with Thriving Plague. The stacks aren't easy to get down, but if you're patient, you can get them to drop. And I'm thinking probably tap damage will do good anyway. Yeah, there we go. Alright, moving on to portal number 5. Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. There we go, new portal. Portal 5, we got another Juck. Our decks are Inspiring Force with Swarm, Ancestral Favor with Haymaker. This is a worthless deck. You don't want that deck. Ancestral Favor with Razorwind. That's actually a good deck. And then Clanship Barrage with Razorwind. I think 1 or 3 are both great. I'm going to go with 3 and only target 4 body parts because I think it will go just a smidgen faster than the Inspiring Force Swarm deck would. All right, moving on to portal number 6. We've got a Tarot. Oh, we don't have info. Yeah, that's right. We don't get any info or armor until portal 20. 10 is where you get the armor. 20 is where you get the first bit of info, and then 30 you get all the info. All right, so for Tarot, we've got Fusion Bomb with Inspiring Force. We've got Gas with Grim Shadow, and we've got Moonbeam with Totem, and finally Psychic Chain with Totem. I'm going to go with Fusion Bomb with Inspiring Force. All right, here we go. Make sure that plants on the head. I almost missed that. There we go. Not bad. One bomb on each body part. Well, enough time to get 1 bomb on each body part, and it died. That's not too shabby. All right, moving on to portal number 7. We've got another Tactar. Our decks are Inspiring Force with Swarm, a Torso Focus, Clanship Barrage, Razorwind, and Thriving Plague with Gas. I am going to go with Inspiring Force with Swarm. And we'll get those stacks down on the head, and then the torso, and the legs. There we go. Not bad. And we can move on to our next portal, portal number 8. All right, portal 8 has Sterile, And our decks are Ancestral Favor with Razorwind, Victory March with Psychic Chain with Totem, and Clanship Barrage with Totem. I'm going to go with Ancestral Favor with Razorwind. And we will take down a hand, a leg, the head, come on, and then the torso. Beautiful. Alrighty, moving on to portal number 9. Number 9, to all my Beetle fans out there, number 9, info, no info. Okay, so LoJack, our decks are Ancestral Favor with Haymaker. Why are they doing this deck? I do not understand. Ancestral Favor increases burst chance. Haymaker does not have a burst chance. It automatically detonates once it reaches 70 taps. So it just doesn't make any sense to me why they would pair those together. I think it was a mistake. Deck 2, Torso Focus. Deck 3, Purifying Blast with Acid Drench. And Deck 4 is Ancestral Favor with Skull Bash. Well, I think our best bet is to go Deck 3. Deck 3, and we will start with the head, move to the torso, and then take down the limbs one at a time. Yeah, it seems like one burst will get each one. There we go. That went well. Alright, moving on to Portal 10. Now we have armor. So with armor, we have to pay attention to which parts we destroy. So with Taro, his armor, we only have to destroy the head, the torso, and the leg, and we can ignore every other part. We've got Ancestral Favor with Razorwind. We've got Radioactivity with Prismatic Rift. We've got Victory March with Psychic Chain, Victory March with Skull Bash, and Totem with Torso. So I think probably Deck 1, Ancestral Favor with Razorwind is our best bet. Razorwind does not do perfect damage to the armor, but with Ancestral Favor's neutral buff, it will chew through it, and then we'll do good solid damage to the body underneath the armor once we're done. So we're going to start with the leg. There we go. Move to the torso, and then the head. And we are done. 5-second takedown. Beautiful. Alright, moving on to portal number 11. I wonder if they made the solo rates weaker. It seems like we're going faster than we normally would. Portal 10, we've got another Taro. Our decks are Ancestral Favor with Psychic Chain, Ancestral Favor with Razorwind, Ancestral Favor with Skull Bash, Swarm with Whip, and Decaying Strike with Whip. Either 3 or 2 will work great, but I'm going to go with 2 because the general buff on Razorwind is better for all the armor, the body parts than Skull Bash. There we go. I think we did that one even faster than the one before. We had some good transitions. I like it. Okay, moving on to portal number 12. We've got LoJack, and our decks are Torso Focus, Purifying Blast with Acid Drench, Ancestral Favor with Razorwind, Clanship Barrage with Razorwind, and Limb Focus deck. So I think 2 or 3 are our best bets. I'm going to go with 3 just because I feel like without the support card, it just takes a little bit longer. We'll see what we can do here. We'll chew through the head armor and finish off the head, move to the torso armor, finish off the torso, and then we'll just take the limbs down one at a time. There we go. And we had one shoulder left over. You don't even have to bother with that shoulder. Beautiful. Alright, moving on to portal number 13. We've got another LoJack. Our decks are Fragmentize with Swarm, Fusion Bomb with Inspiring Force, Flak with Psychic Chain, Clanship Barrage with Prismatic Rift, and Totem with Psychic Chain. Yeah. 1 or 2, I believe, are our best bets, but because I tend to try to stay away from Fusion Bomb in solo raids. It doesn't work bad, but once you get down to only 1 or 2 parts, which is very common with LoJack and Takedar, I feel like 1 will just do better for us. So we're gonna go Fragmentize the Swarm, and we'll do the same as we were doing before. Start with the head, let that Fragmentize damage take down that head armor, and then move on to the torso. As you can see, it's already taken a little bit longer than our other decks were. That support card, not having that support card really makes a difference. But that's alright, it's down. We got it. Portal 13's clear. We can move on to Portal 14. We've got Juck, and our decks are the same as before. Well, the first one is Fragmentize with Swarm, Ancestral Favor with Haymaker. They're going to feed me this deck all day, aren't they? We got Clanship Barrage with Razorwind, Ancestral Favor with Fragmentize, and Fragmentize with Prismatic Rift. This is going to be deck 4. We're going to use deck 4, Ancestral Favor with Fragmentize. We will have to kill the body without a burst buff, but it should be okay because, like I've said before, Ancestral Favor does have a neutral buff. There we go. Yes, by neutral I mean Ancestral Favor just increases the damage of all burst cards. They don't have to be targeting a specific part or armor or body. It just any burst card increases their damage. All right, moving on to 14, we've got a Mohaka. And our decks available, we've got Ancestral Favor with Torso Focus, which is worthless on Mohaka. We've got Thriving Plague, Swarm, and Gas. That's a decent deck. Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, and Skull Bash. That's okay. Gas, Swarm, and Decaying Strike. Purifying Blast with Body Focus. And we've got Whip with Armor Focus and Blazing Inferno. I'm going to go deck 2. Deck 2 is a really strong deck. Thriving Plague is really powerful, and Swarm really helps it out real well because Swarm keeps the affliction stacks strong, very sticky to the body. They don't disappear fast like Thriving Plague stacks do, so it dies real quick. And I did not mention before we started this, but for Mohaka, you want to focus down the head and all the limbs and avoid the torso. That gets you your most efficient clear. All right, moving on to Portal 16, we've got LoJack. Our decks are Fuse Gas Swarm, Fuse Prism Swarm, Head Focus with Haymaker, Victory March with Grim Shadow, Victory March with Haymaker and Inspiring Force, and we've got Whip, Prism, and Blazing Inferno. I think we go deck 1 as our winner here, and we'll make sure whenever you're doing this to plant the Fusion Bomb on the head and the torso for sure. You don't have to make sure it gets planted on the other limbs as you're passing through because it's not as big of a deal if they don't burst on those because they will die quickly enough with Swarm. But you will need that little bit of extra damage from Fusion Bomb to get the head and the torso to die around the same time as the limbs. Alright, moving on to Portal 17. We've got Sterile. Our decks are Gas Grim Swarm, Ancestral Favor Clanship Barrage Flak, Purifying Blast with Body Focus, Armor with Limb Focus, Victory March with Clanship Barrage Razorwind, and we got Victory March with Haymaker. I think our best bet here is to go with, it's going to be either deck 1 or deck 2. I favor deck 2 because Sterile is one of the titans where you only have to take down 4 parts to be able to kill it. We're going to start with the hand armor, move to the leg armor, the head armor, and then the torso armor. And the reason I only did the armor was because the third card in our deck called Flak will kill the body part after you kill the armor and move on to the next piece of armor. This card right here kills the body. It doesn't always get it all the way dead, but for these low levels it definitely does the job. Alright, moving on to Portal 18. We've got a LoJack and our decks available. We've got Haymaker, Psychic Chain, Prismatic Rift. We've got Victory March, Grim Shadow. We've got Torso Focus with Totem, Purifying Blast with Totem, Victory March, Haymaker, Inspiring Force, and Thriving Plague with Limb Focus. Well, we don't have very many good decks for taking down an entire Titan. This is an Armor Limb Focus deck. This is for ending the Victory March. This is for Torso. This could kill the entire Titan, but you have to transition so many times that you're going to lose a lot of damage on the transitions. But I feel like it's probably our best bet. So I'm going to go ahead and go with deck 4. We'll take down the head, then the torso first, and then move on to whatever limb parts the fairies are flying towards. And hopefully, we can get some good RNG. No, I missed it. I missed that one too. I'm the worst. Let's just focus him down and kill him. Oops. Whoops. Come on, die. There we go. Wow, that was just awful. But we got it. That's fine. All right, moving on to portal number 19, and this will be our last portal before we have info to check. Our last Titan before info is Taro. Our decks are Ancestral Favor with Torso Focus, Armor with Limb Focus, Purifying Blast with Body Focus, another Armor with Limb Focus, Totem with Purifying Blast, and Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. I'm going to go deck 5. We only have 2 transitions to make on this Titan, so it's actually really effective to use this deck on this one. So we'll start with the head again like we did before. Then we'll move to the torso. And then after the torso's done, we'll move to the leg. Wow, one tiny little tap on that hand killed that armor. That's how weak the Titans are this low. I guess I don't think about that too often, but yeah, they are really weak. Okay, Portal 19 clear. Now we've got some info. Portal 20. Our first bit of info is 50% increase to torso health. So that means that this tarot, when we usually do head, torso, leg, since it has extra HP on the torso, we can just do torso, head, and be done with it. So our decks available, we've got Clanship Barrage with Ancestral Favor and Flak. That's a good one. Head Focus with Haymaker. All Armor Focus, Ancestral Favor with Head Focus, Thriving Plague with Limb Focus with Gas and Blazing Inferno, and we've got Whip with Armor Focus and Blazing Inferno. I'm going to go with deck 1, and we'll take down the armor from the head, switch to the torso. After the head armor's gone, and after the torso armor's gone, we'll finish off the little bit left on the head, and then finish off the torso, and done. Don't have to even worry about the limbs on that one. Alright, moving on to Portal 21. For Portal 21, we have another Sterile. Our info is Affliction duration is increased by 40%. Very nice. Okay, so our decks are a Fusion Bomb, Gas, and Swarm. Okay, so for this buff, the increased duration of Affliction, it actually weakens Fusion Bomb, so we don't want to use that one. We got Purifying Blast with Body Focus. We've got Armor Focus. Head Focus with Ancestral Favor. We've got Limb Focus with Decaying Strike, Victory March with Haymaker, and Thriving Plague with Blazing Inferno and Gas. So for this one, I think probably we want deck 7. Deck 7, and we'll start the damage on the torso. So when you're doing the cycle pattern on Sterile, you want to avoid the head. Go for all the limb parts and especially focus down that torso as much as possible. There we go. Nice and easy. See, we killed it without even putting a tap on the head, but we got every single limb and the torso involved there with a heavy focus on the torso because the torso has much more HP than everywhere else. All right, so portal number 22 is Mohaka. Our info is 15% increase or decrease to affliction damage. So afflictions will not do as well, which is a shame on Mohaka because he's definitely a cycle pattern Titan. All right, we've got Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift, and Swarm. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, and Flak. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, Razor Wind. We've got Limb with Armor. We've got All Armor Focus. We've got Thriving Plague with Limb Focus, and we've got Lightning. What's it called? Doggone it. Whip of Lightning with Prismatic Grip and Blazing Inferno. I'm going to go with deck 2, and we will start with the shoulder and just work our way around and end up on the head. Now, for Mohaka, with Flak, we just want to take the armor down, and then after the armor's down, we'll move on to the next part and let Flak finish off the little bit of body that's left over. But I think my tap damage is so high that I basically, once the armor is down, it just died. The body part just died anyway. That's fine. All right, moving on to Portal 23. We've got another Tarot. Our info is 20% increase to all body damage, so the body will die fast once the armor drops. We got Fused Gas Swarm, Radioactivity Gas Swarm. That's actually okay. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, and Flak. That's not bad either. We've got Armor with Limb Focus, all Limb Focus with Decaying Strike, Thriving Plague with Limb Focus, and Whip, Prism, and Blazing Inferno. I'm going to go with 2 or 3 are both fine. I'm going to go with deck 3 because I feel like it's a little bit faster and it's not as difficult. You don't have to keep transitioning to get the affliction stacks on there. Take down that armor there and then back to the head, finish the body off, and then finish the torso body. There we go. Great. Let me check my recording, see how it's doing. Looks like it's doing okay. All right, moving on to portal number 24. We've got LoJack. Our info is 20% arm damage increase or decrease. So arms will die slow. So we've got Fusion Bomb Gas with Swarm. We've got Fusion Bomb Prismatic Rift with Swarm. We've got Ancestral Favor with Torso Focus. We've got Limb with Armor. All Armor Focus. Torso Focus with Totem. And Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. I think deck 1... Yeah, I think deck 1's our winner here. I don't typically like to use Fusion Bomb for solo raids, but this will be okay. We'll plant our bomb for sure on the head, then move on to the limbs. Just keep moving, wait till those bombs blow up before you move on to the next part. And we knew that was going to happen, so we're just going to stay here. Oops, stay on the torso. Wait for it to detonate, move to the... Oh, wow, okay. Now we're just going to kill it with Swarm. Yeah, once you get down to those last two parts, you can't rely on Fusion Bomb. You have to rely on your tap damage, which you don't get a boost with Rancid Gas, but you do get the boost on Swarm. All right, moving on to Portal 25. We've got another LoJack. Our info is 25% increase to burst chance. Great. Our decks are Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift, and Swarm. We've got Body Focus with Grim Shadow. We've got Blazing Inferno, Gas, and Swarm. We've got Torso Focus with Totem. We've got Purifying Blast with Totem. We've got Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. And we've got Victory March with Haymaker and Inspiring Force. So... And I wonder if deck 3 is our best bet for the one-hit takedown. We could probably do it with this deck. I don't know if it's any different than using this. It might be faster to do 5 if we have good transitions. So we're going to do 5. Deck 5, Totem with Purifying Blast, and hopefully the fairies cooperate with us this time. We'll attack the head first. Get those stacks on there. We got them. And back to the torso. Get that one taken down. All right, let's move to this hand where those fairies are flying. There we go. Get that one down. Maybe we can get this. Ah, he just barely passed it right as I was trying to grab him. Okay, and then to the leg. And this last leg. Yeah. It took a little longer than we wanted it to, but you know what? It's not a big deal. All right, moving on to Portal 26. We've got Sterile. Our info is 80% burst chance, so burst chance will be decreased on this one. We got Fuse, Prism, and Swarm. We've got Ancestral Favor with Torso Focus. We've got Head Focus with Haymaker. We've got Victory March, Clanship Barrage, Razorwind. We've got Limb Focus with Decaying Strike. We've got Thriving Plague with Limb Focus. And we've got Thriving Plague with Blazing Inferno. And Gas, of course. Well, we do have burst decrease, so if we can use a fusion or a affliction deck, that's best. And it seems like 7 might be our best bet for one deck takedown. This will hit armor well, but once the armor's gone, that torso has so much HP. So yeah, I'm going to say go ahead and go with deck 7 and just make sure you get as many stacks and keep them consistently on the torso as much as possible. And then we'll move on to the legs, or the limbs. Just kind of catch them up a little bit. Keep that damage focused on the torso. There we go. Beautiful. That was even faster than the last raid, the last portal. Sorry. All right, moving on to portal number 27. For 27, we have a tarot. Our info is 3 seconds added to the raid duration. All right, let's look at our decks. We've got Body Focus with Grim Shadow, Head Focus with Haymaker, Victory March with Clanship Barrage and Razorwind, All Armor Focus, Purifying Blast with Totem, Limb Focus with Decaying Strike, and Limb Focus with Thriving Plague. I'm going to go with deck 5. There's only 2 transitions to make on tarot. I'm going to take advantage of the high damage deck and wipe out the head, torso, and 1 leg. There we go. Got those torso fairies, and hopefully we can get a leg fairy. Yeah, we got 1. There we go. Nice. Alrighty, moving on to portal number 28. We're just cruising through them today. We've got Takdar, or Takdar, I guess. 50% increase to limb health. All right, so that means that we will not have to take down one arm. One whole arm we can just leave, either this or this. I'll probably leave the left arm and work on the right arm. All right, our decks are Gas, Maelstrom, and Swarm. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, and Flak. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, Moonbeam. We got same thing with Psychic Chain. We got Purifying Blast with Body Focus. We've got Limb Focus with Decaying Strike, and we've got Whip with Prismatic Rift and Blazing Inferno. I'm gonna go Flak. Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, Flak is my choice. We'll get this armor down from the arms and the hand, leg, other leg, head, torso. And notice that Flak's already got all the work done for us on the arms, or on the body parts that were left over, so very nice. Alrighty, we can move on to portal number 29. And this will be our last Titan before we get two pieces of info. So LoJack is our Titan. Our info is 25% increase to burst chance. Our decks are Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift, and Swarm, Body Focus with Grim, Ancestral Favor with Torso Focus, Head Focus with Haymaker, Victory March with Grim Shadow, Thriving Plague with Limb Focus, and we've got Thriving Plague, Gas, and Blazing Inferno. Was it burst chances increased? Alright, let's see what burst decks we have. We don't have very many good burst decks. We do have a body burst deck, but we have to get through the armor first. And also these are weak cards for me. And then we have a torso burst deck, but torso is one piece and we have 8 pieces we need to take down. So I think probably deck 7's our best bet. I'm going to focus the head and the torso very strongly, and then just use the affliction damage from Blazing Inferno and Thriving Plague to damage and destroy the legs. Torso needs to catch up a lot. Die, die, die. Got it. All right. Got that taken care of. We can move on to Portal 30. So now we have, from this point on, we will have everything available to us. 2 pieces of info, armor, all the info we need to destroy each Titan. All right, so Portal 30, we've got Takdar. Our info is 25% increase to burst chance and 50% head health increase. All right, so let's look at our decks. We've got Fusion Bomb, Gas, and Swarm. We've got Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift, and Swarm. We've got Body Focus with Grim. We've got Purifying Blast with Body Focus. We've got Limb with Armor Focus. We've got Victory March with Clanship Barrage and Razor Wind. We've got Whip, Prismatic Rift, and Blazing Inferno. All right, so I feel like for our one deck takedown, we're going to need to use probably deck 1. Yeah, deck 1 is our winner on this one. We can't utilize the buff for a while, and obviously we're not going to be able to take full advantage of that crappy debuff, but you know, such is life. We'll just move around, take these pieces down one at a time, make sure the bombs plant on the head and the torso whenever you're going to them. We're going to just start switching back and forth between the head and the torso now that all the limb pieces are dead. Okay. Nah, this one's not going to die in one. Oh, well, look at that. We finished it off right at the last second. Beautiful. Love to see it. No complaints here. I'm happy with that. We can move on to portal number 31. All right, portal 31 is another Takdar. Our decks are fusion. Oh, wait, let's look at the info first. Sorry. 20% armor damage increase, so armor will die fast. Affliction damage is decreased by 15%. All right, we got Fusion Bomb, Gas, and Swarm. We've got Radioactivity, Gas, and Swarm. We've got Body Focus with Grim Shadow, Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, and Flak. That's a good one. Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, and Moonbeam. Also a good one. We got Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. We've got Limb Focus with Decaying Strike, and we've got Thriving Plague with Blazing Inferno. It was armor damage. Okay, yeah. All right, so probably of these decks, I feel like armor damage, affliction damage. Okay, so we want to do a burst deck if we can help it. Yeah, let's go deck 4. Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, Flak, and we'll take down the arm parts first since they're the weakest. Get that armor gone. Let Flak take the body out. Here we go. Here we go. Finish that armor off. Move to the torso. Back to the head. And then finish off the torso. There we go. Nice and quick. All right, moving on to portal number 32. And for portal 32, we've got a sterile. Our info is 20% increase to armor damage and 20% decrease to limb damage. Our decks are Fusion Bomb, Gas and Swarm, Radioactivity, Gas and Swarm, Ancestral Favor, Clinch, Barrage, and Flak, Decaying Strike, Gas and Swarm. We've got Limb with Armor Focus, All Armor Focus, Purifying Blast with Totem, and we've got Whip with Prismatic Rift and Blazing Inferno. All right, so let's do Bursty deck. Either deck 7 or deck 3. I'm going to go with deck 3 because I feel like it'll just be a little bit faster than 7 because we don't have to worry about the fairies for the transition. We'll take down the arm armor, the leg armor, the head armor. Let Flak kill the body parts, and then we'll just finish off the head, and then back to the torso, and we should be good. Nice. All right, now we can move on to portal number 33. I want to take a peek at my raid and see if I'm missing anything. Okay. Yeah, we're getting close to Victory March time. That's all right. We'll leave that and go back to our solo raids. Portal 33, we've got Tarot. Our info is 25% increase to affliction damage and 50% leg armor health increase. All right, well, that sucks about the leg armor, but we can avoid that. Okay, we've got Fusion Bomb, Gas and Swarm. We've got Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift and Swarm. We've got Body Focus with Grim Shadow. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clinch, Barrage, and Flak. We've got Head Focus with Haymaker. Victory March with Grim Shadow. Victory March with Clinch, Barrage, and Razorwind. And we've got Whip with Prismatic Rift and Blazing Inferno. I'm going to go with deck 4, and instead of hitting the leg, since the leg armor is increased, I'm just going to take down an entire arm. We'll get the armor off, move to the head, get that armor off, move to the torso, get that armor off, back to the head to finish off the body part, and then finish off the torso. There we go. We got him. All right, let's move on to portal number 34. Come on. Okay, 34 is a sterile. Info is 25% increase to burst damage and 20% decrease to limb damage. All right, let's look at our decks. We've got Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift, and Swarm. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clinch, Barrage, and Flak. We've got Ancestral Favor with Torso Focus. We've got All Armor Focus, Torso Focus with Totem, Purifying Blast with Totem, Limb Focus with Decaying Strike, and Thriving Plague with Limb Focus. All right, so deck 6 or deck 2. I'm going to go with deck 2. I like using Flak in the solo raids. I feel like it's very effective. So we'll go ahead and do the hand armor. Whoops, little tappy tap back to the leg, up to the head, and then to the torso armor. And Flak's already taken care. Wow, Flak even took care of the head for us. Beautiful. We just got to finish off the torso and we're good to go. There it is. Nice, quick, and easy kill. All right, let's move on to portal 35. All right, for portal 35, we've got a Tarot. Our info is limb damage is increased by 25%, affliction damage is decreased by 15%. Let's look at our decks. We've got Body with Grim. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clinch, Barrage, and Flak. We've got Ancestral Favor with Torso Focus. We've got Lamb with Armor. We've got Head Focus with Haymaker. Victory March with Clinch, Barrage, and Razorwind. We've got Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. We've got Thriving Plague with Limb Focus. I'm going to do deck 2 again. My favorite deck for solo raids. We'll just Flak down that leg. Switch to the head. Whoops, overshot that a tiny bit. Then to the torso. And then back to the head to finish off the body part, and then to the torso to finish off that body part. Come on. Here we go. Awesome. All right, moving on to portal number 36. For 36, wait, is this 35? No, it's 36. This is Tarot. And for our info, we've got 20% increase to armor damage and 15% decrease to affliction damage. All right, look at our decks. We've got Fusion Bomb with Gas and Swarm. We've got Fusion Bomb with Prismatic Rift and Swarm. Purifying Blast with Body. We've got Torso Focus with Totem. Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. Victory March with Haymaker and Inspiring Force. We got Thriving Plague with Gas and Blazing Inferno. And we've got Whip with Prismatic Rift and Blazing Inferno. I think for this one, was it again? Armor damage is increased. Okay, so we do bonus damage to the armor, so we could probably chew through that armor and do body damage with... I'm going to say deck 3. This is not fantastic, but I feel like it's probably our best bet. Yeah, it's not optimal by any stretch of the word, but we can get the job done, I believe. Chewing through that armor is going to be the biggest part. But once the armor is gone, the torso or the body part will die fast. There we go. Alrighty. We made it through that one. Let's move on to portal number 37. Alrighty, so for 37, we've got a Mohaka. Our info is 3 seconds added onto the duration and 20% affliction duration decrease. Let's look at our decks. We've got, oh, that's good for Fusion Bomb, but I don't know if we can use Fusion Bomb on this one. We've got Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift, and Swarm. We've got Body Focus with Grim Shadow. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clench, Barrage, and Flak. Same thing with Skull Bash instead of Flak. We've got Head Focus with Haymaker. We've got Victory March with Grim Shadow, all Armor Focus, and we've got Purifying Blast with Totem. So I feel like our best bet here is to go with deck 3. And there's a lot of transitions here, but it still should be okay. I think we may have froze up. Yeah, we froze up. That sucks. We could just restart it. No big deal. And check my recording, make sure it's still good. Yeah, recording's still doing good. We just gotta boot it up. I'll take a sip of coffee while we're booting up. Nice. By the way, I am feeling lots better this week. After last week, I know I was sick, but it's all cleared up now. I'm still a little snuffly, but that could be because of the allergies. But I'm doing good. You probably tell I'm a little bit more chipper this week than last week. All right, let's go back into it. Solo raids, Portal 37, Mohaka, and we're using deck 3. All right, let's start with the shoulder, and then we'll just cycle our way around after the armor's gone. We'll just move on to the next part, chew down that armor, and let Flak do its job, killing the body behind us. There we go. Onto the head. Wow, okay, so Flak did not kill the body this time, so we're just going to have to go back through, get a couple tappy taps on each part. There we go. All right, we can continue on to portal number 38. We've got Takdar. Our info is 20% increase to body damage and 15% increase to affliction damage. All right, we've got Fusion Bomb with Prismatic Rift and Swarm. We've got Body with Grim Focus. We've got Victory March with Clench, Barrage, and Razor Wind. We've got Armor Focus. We've got Totem with Purifying Blast. Also Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. Thriving Plague with Limb Focus. And Thriving Plague, Blazing Inferno, and Gas. It was affliction damage is decreased, so if we can do a bursty one, that would be best. But it doesn't look like we have a good bursty option. We do have Totem with Purifying Blast, but with 7 transitions, I feel like it's going to be not easy. So we're going to go with deck 8. We will take the debuff from afflictions, but I feel like it'll be okay. Get some damage on the torso and the head, and then cycle around to get the Blazing Inferno and Thriving Plague stack moving there. And then just focus down the head and the torso real well. And get another stack of Blazing Inferno on these other parts to get them moving again and ramp up our damage of Thriving Plague. One more. We really need some good damage on that hand. There we go. That went pretty well. It did take most of our 30 seconds, but that's okay. All right, moving on to portal 39. We have a Juck. Our info is 20% increase to body damage and 50% head health increase. All right, so I think that means that we only have to do the head, a torso, and a leg. So let's look and see what we got. We've got Fusion Bomb, Gas, and Swarm. We've got Radioactivity with Gas and Swarm. That might be a good one for this one. And we've got Body with Grim. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clinch, Barrage, and Flak. We've got Gas, Thriving Plague, and Swarm. We've got Gas, Acid, Drench, and Swarm. Victory March, Clinch, Barrage, Razor Wind. And we got Totem with Torso Focus. What was it again? Body damage and head health. Okay, yeah, we're going to go with deck 4. Going to go with deck 4, take down the leg, armor, and then switch to the torso armor, then to the head armor, which will be the most. And after the head armor is down, we'll take down the head, move to the torso, and we'll be done. Looks like Flak was able to finish off that leg, which is fantastic. We don't have to worry about it. Good. All right, moving on to Portal 40, and this is where we will be joined by anybody who likes to do the skip, but also would like to have help on the rest of the portals. We've got a Juck. Our info is 15% increase to raid damage and 50% armor health increase. All right, well, that's a bad debuff. We got Ancestral Favor, Clinch, Barrage, Flak. We've got Gas, Acid Drench, and Swarm. We've got Armor Focus with Limb. We've got Purifying Blast with Body. Armor Focus with Limb again, Head Focus with Haymaker, all Armor Focus, and Whip, Prismatic Rift, and Blazing Inferno. I'm going to go with deck 1. Deck 1, we've got lots of armor. Flak will be able to do some really good work on these legs and the head, probably, I'm guessing. We'll take a little bit of time extra for the armor because it's a little thicker. There we go, and then to the torso. There we go. Now we move back to the head. Now that all their armor's gone, finish off that torso, and then finish off that leg. Or, just be done. All right, that was Portal 40. We can move on to 41. Our Titan is Juck. Our info is 20% increase to armor damage and 20% decrease to affliction duration. All right, so let's see what we got. We got Ancestral Favor, Clinch, Barrage, and Flak. We've got Armor Focus with Limb. We've got another Armor Focus with Limb. Head Focus with Haymaker. Victory March with Grim Shadow. Purifying Blast with Totem. Limb Focus with Decaying Strike. And Thriving Plague with Gas and Blazing Inferno. So this guy is... Affliction duration is decreased. Let's do... I think we do deck 1 just because it tends to be faster than most decks. We'll go with the leg armor, and then move to the head armor, let Flak work on those legs. Move to the torso armor, back to the head, finish off that torso, finish off the legs, and we're good. Okay, we can move on now to portal number 42. We have a LoJack. Our info is 3 seconds added on to raid attack duration and 50% increase to limb health. All right, so that means that we will be able to avoid all but one hand, all but one arm part. So let's look at our decks. We got Ancestral Favor, Clinch, Barrage, Flak. That's a good one. Same thing with Moonbeam instead of Flak. Same thing with Skull Bash instead of Moonbeam. Then we got Head Focus with Haymaker. We got Victory March with Grim Shadow. Victory March, Haymaker, and Inspiring Force. We got Thriving Plague with Limb Focus. And we got Whip with Prismatic Rift and Blazing Inferno. I'm going to go with deck 1 again. Love me some Flak. And we're going to do hand, leg. Come on, hand, die. And then leg, other leg, head. We're letting Flak kill the body. And then torso. Okay, back to head. Good, and then back to torso. And we're good. About 4 million damage in, and we got it. Moving on to portal number 43 now. For Portal 43, we've got Tactar. Our info is 10% increase to all support effects and 50% decrease to, or increase to limb health. Okay, so that means we can ignore an entire arm on this Tactar. Look at our decks. We got Fusion Bomb, Gasset Swarm. We've got Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift and Swarm. We've got Body Focus with Grim Shadow. We've got Ancestor Favor, Clanship Barrage, and Fragmentize. Head Focus with Haymaker, Victory March with Grim Shadow, Victory March, Clanship Barrage, Razorwind, and Whip with Prismatic Rift and Blazing Inferno. Our Psycho decks are not there. Oh yeah, we do have a Psycho deck. Look at what we got. Support effects increase, limb health increase. Alright, well we don't want to use Fusion Bomb because the less parts we have, the less effective Fusion Bomb is. So let's go ahead and do 4. Yeah, I feel like 4 is our winner here. Fragmentize will kill through that armor real fast, and then by the time we get Clanship Barrage ramped up, it won't really matter at all. That Fragmentize doesn't damage the... What in the world? Wasn't proccing. There we go. Into the head. Back to the torso. Should die real fast now that Clanship Barrage is nice and ramped up. It would help if I get some good RMG, but I'm not going to complain there. It's dead. Alright, moving on to 44. 44, we've got another Tactar. Our info is 25% increase to burst damage and 50% increase to torso health. Alright. We probably could ignore 3 armor parts, I believe, but I'm not sure. Or arm parts. We got Fuse, Gas, Swarm, Ancestral Favor, Flak, Clanship Barrage, Ancestral Favor, Torso Focus, Victory March with Grim Shadow, All Armor Focus, Purifying Blast with Totem, Limb Focus with Decaying Strike, and Whip, Prismatic Rift, and Blazing Inferno. We are going to go, well, I'm going to go with deck 2 again, and this time we're going to do legs first. There we go, and this leg, and the armor from the torso. Come on, why is... There we go. Now I think we have enough parts, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so you can leave 3 arm parts completely untouched with the head health increase. As long as you leave 2 shoulders or 2 fists and then 1 shoulder and 1 fist along with it, you'll be good. Alright, moving on to Portal 45, we've got Tarot. 25% increase to torso damage and 15% all armor damage decrease. Alright, let's look. Wait, was it again? Torso damage. Okay, good. Alright, you got Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift, and Swarm. Body Focus with Grim Shadow. Armor with Limb, Purifying Blast with Body, Victor March with Clanship Barrage and Razorwind, Limb Focus with Decaying Strike, Thriving Plague with Limb Focus, and Thriving Plague with Blazing Inferno and Gas. Is support effect? No, torso damage. Oh, got it. Well, we might have to do Cycle Pattern on this Tarot, even though we don't want to. I don't want to, I should say. We'll do the Cycle Pattern using deck 8. Torso should die fast, so as long as we get those stacks on there, we should be alright. Just ignore the head. We don't need to do the head with the Cycle Pattern. Get those legs nice and low. Get that torso nice and low. Although the torso should die fast since it's got the buff against it. Keep the stacks on there. We don't want everything to die. Wow. Okay, so the torso died a lot faster than I thought it would. That's fantastic. We can move on now to portal number 46. Alright, so for 46 we've got a Sterile. Our info is 40% affliction chance increase and 80% burst chance. Alright, let's look at our decks. We've got Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, Flak. That'll be nerfed quite a bit. Ancestral Favor, Torso Focus. We've got Armor with Limb, Victory March with Grim Shadow, Victory March with Clanship Barrage, Razorwind. We've got Torso Focus with Totem. We got Thriving Plague with Gas and Blazing Inferno. We got Whip with Prismatic Rift and Blazing Inferno. Alright, so Torso has so much HP. We do have a high affliction chance, so it might actually help to have a Purifying Blast deck, but we don't have one. Burst chances decrease, so we don't want to use a bursty deck. So probably, I'm going to say probably 7 or 1. The burst chance is decreased, but I think the damage will still be enough with deck 1. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do deck 1. We take down the hand, armor, the leg armor, the head, come on leg armor, the head armor, and then the torso armor. Yeah, see that burst chance debuff really, really nerfs any clinch at barrage deck. It just so bad for it. Alright, so we've got about 1,000,000 HP left to do to the torso, which doesn't seem to be going too bad. There we go. Got it. Moving on to 47. We're getting close here. 47 is another sterile, and we have 20% armor damage increase and 50% burst damage decrease. That's better than the last one. Okay, we got Fused Gas Swarm, Gas Acid Drench Swarm. We've got Armor with Limb, another Armor with Limb, Victor March with Grim Shadow, All Armor Focus, Torso Focus with Totem, and Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. Deck 7 is looking good. Deck 2, what was it again? Burst damage decrease. So for our one deck takedown, I'm thinking probably we don't want to use deck 1 because the torso being so beefy is just a nightmare with Fusion Bomb. So I think probably our best bet is to go with either 7 or yeah, it's got to be 7. It's going to have to be 7. So we'll take down the big bit first, head, and then we'll move to torso. I do not like using totem when you have this many transitions, but since there's so much HP on the torso, it seems to be almost worth it. And you don't get any of that good damage. Let's see if we can get the shoulder. Okay, and then the leg. We have 5 seconds. Oh, we can get this leg. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, fairies. Come on, fairies. Come on, fairies. Come on, fairies. No! We were so close. 2-deck takedown. Unfortunately, we had less than 2,000 HP left on that leg. One more tap, I think, would have killed that. That's so disappointing. All right, well, such is life. We'll take it down with deck number 5. Yeah, we are so close. I'm so disappointed. Like 3 taps and 1 proc on Acid Drench. What a shame. We were so close. If only my transitions had been a little better, we would have got that. All right, so info. This is Portal 48. Info, it's a Juck. We've got 25% increase to burst damage and 15% decrease to burst damage. That's okay, so basically it's a normal Titan. We got Fusion Bomb, Gas, and Swarm. That's good. We got Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift, and Swarm. We've got Purifying Blast with Body Focus. We've got Limb with Armor Focus. We've got All Armor Focus. Torso Focus with Totem. We got Ancestral Favor with Head Focus. And we got Thriving Plague with Limb Focus. I'm going to go deck 1. Deck 1's my winner. We make sure that Fusion Bomb gets planted on the head. And the legs also are pretty important. At least for the first go-round. There we go. We'll just take our time, cruise around, get some extra damage on that head. Oh man, I messed that up. I'm such an idiot. I hate that. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. This is why I don't like relying on Fusion Bomb this late. That's unfortunate. I mean, we did so much damage. 4.65 million, but it's still... It was on the wrong part. We probably had a lot of wasted damage on that torso. Yeah, look at it. The whole entire armor was basically taken out by Swarm and then a couple bombs that we accidentally planted. So we'll take down the head. Probably deck 3 would be best. Maybe 1 or 2 bursts. Oh, ended up being about 5. That's all right. They were quick ones. All right, moving on to portal number 49. All right, so 49, we've got LoJack. Our info is 20% increase to body damage and 50% increase to limb health. All right, so 50% increase to limb health means that we can completely ignore, I believe, all but one hand or arm part. So we got Fusion Bomb, Gas and Swarm, Fusion Bomb, Prismatic Rift and Swarm, Purifying Blast with Body Focus, Victory March with Clanship Barrage and Razor Wind, Ancestral Favor with Head Focus, Victory March with Haymaker and Inspiring Force, Thriving Plague with Limb Focus, and Thriving Plague with Blazing Inferno and Rancid Gas. Man, they're really not giving us very many good decks this late. I feel like they're really trying to make sure we know our stuff here on this one. All right, so I'm gonna say probably 8's our best bet, and just go ahead and kill the whole thing. Yeah, just go ahead and kill the whole thing. We get that nice buff from Thriving Plague the more parts are afflicted, sorry. So it's pretty much worth it to just go ahead and do it. All right, once that armor's down, then we can really start doing some good damage to this guy. All right, yeah, he's dying fast. And that's what we like to see. 5.79 million. I don't think he had half that HP. All right, moving on to portal number 50, our final portal for the day, for the solo raids. We've got Tarot. Our info is 50% increase to raid damage and 50% increase to torso health. So we don't have to touch the leg. We just do the head and the torso and we're done. Gas with Grim Shadow and Swarm, that's okay. We got Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, Razor Wind, that's also good. Ancestral Favor, Clanship Barrage, Head Focus, that's actually pretty good too. We've got Decaying Strike, Gas and Swarm. We've got Limb with Armor. We've got Head Focus with Haymaker, Victory March with Grim Shadow, and All Armor Focus. I think we go deck 3. Deck 3, finish the head first, and then Clanship Barrage will be ramped up enough to finish off the torso nice and fast. There we go. Finish off the head. Move to the torso. Come on. Here we go. And Clanship Barrage should take it down. It's going slow, but it's going. There we go. We got it. All right. That's a wrap, everyone. We got our solo raids done. Hopefully, if you were trying for a top 200 badge and you haven't gotten it yet, hopefully you did good this time. If so, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a critique or a suggestion if you have any of those things. And we'll see you next week. But before you go to your options. Go to Raid Retry, turn it back on so that you don't screw up during your next clan raid. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good week.